Hi everyone, this is Vishal from Team CLAT Prep, and today I am coming up with the video wherein I'll guide you through the counseling process of the CLAT 2026. So the notification was released on December 17 and the counseling process started at 6 p.m. right? So this will end by December 27, but I would suggest you not to wait till December 2027 and register yourself in the counseling process as soon as possible, because we should not keep anything for the last moment, right? Now, the eligible candidates who have been invited for the counseling process, they would have received either an SMS on their registered mobile number or an email on their registered email ID, or else they can log into the CLAT portal and they can see the invitation for the counseling. Now, the moment you see that you have been invited for the counseling process, and when you log in, what you have to do is that you have to validate the counseling, validate the registration process. So what you have to do is, first of all, when you have been invited for counseling, you will see the update NLU preferences button. The moment you see this, click that button and update your NLU preferences as required. Now, what will be your NLU preference? That list will be shared with you very soon, okay? So, accordingly, please go through the list and fill your preference list for the NLUs. Now, every candidate is required to fill a minimum of 15 NLUs. It is in your discretion whether you want to go above 15. Ideally, it is recommended the students who are in the top 1000 ranks, they should fill at least 15. They have to fill 15. But the students who are above 1000 ranks, let's say 1100, 1500, 1700 or else, you have to fill all the NLUs, because you have to take chances for all the NLUs, right? Now, always remember that whatever NLUs you have chosen in your preference list, you will be allocated a seat only in those NLUs if at all eligible, right? So let's say that my rank was 1700, but I chose to fill only the 15 NLUs. But unfortunately, I was not allocated a seat in the first round itself, right? So what will happen is that I'll have to wait for the second, third, fourth round and all. And if by any chance I do not get any seat in those 15 NLUs, I will be automatically out of the counseling process. So make sure that you actually fill up the entire NLUs from the preference list. You can always update the preference order until the preference, the registration gets over. So that request of change of preference can be done till the last date. Now what you have to do is that you will have to make the payment for the counseling registration fee, which is totally refundable if at all you do not get a seat in the counseling process. So the counseling registration fee you need to pay by 10 p.m. on December 27, which again I repeat, don't wait for the last moment, do it as soon as possible. So for the general category student, it is rupees 30,000, and for other categories, it is rupees 20,000. Whenever you are making the payment, ensure that the payment successful tab is there on the screen, and then only you leave the screen. So coming to the next, it is clearly mentioned that the counseling registration fee for the admission counseling process is refundable, right? If you are not allocated a seat or you exercise the exit option at any point of time until unless you have given the confirmation fee. The confirmation fee is something else. The counseling registration fee is refundable if you exit at any of the rounds. There will be 5 rounds of counseling. The 4th and 5th list will be generated in the month of May, and before that you will be given with 3 lists, right? So any request to make the payment after the last date of registration, that is December 27, will not be considered. So ensure that you do it before only, right? Now let's come to the admission counseling process. Now what is freeze option, what is float option, what is exit option? But before that, let me guide you how to actually fill up the preference list, which is very, very important, because when we talk about the NLU preference list, it is already mentioned that one can only move up to the higher preferences and cannot go down in the preferences given. Now why this point is very, very important? Let's say that I am a student of Calcutta and my rank was, let's say, 151. I know that at this rank, Nalsar Hyderabad is definitely, I am definitely eligible for Nalsar Hyderabad and I will be given a seat. But I want to be in Calcutta only. Either I am looking at Bangalore or I am looking at Calcutta in the second list. I do not want to go to Hyderabad, let's say, right? Maybe it is an individual choice. So what will happen? If you fill up the preference list in an order like the first is NLS Bangalore, second is Nalsar Hyderabad, and third is WB-NUJS Kolkata. So because of the rank you are getting, that is 151, you will definitely be getting Nalsar Hyderabad in the first round, right? Now the moment you get Nalsar Hyderabad, you cannot go down to Kolkata. Either in the third list or subsequent rounds, if you get a chance to go to NLS Bangalore, then it's a different thing, you will be given a seat in NLS Bangalore. Otherwise, you will have to satisfy yourself with Nalsar Hyderabad, you cannot move down the preference list. But if I put NLS Bangalore in the first preference and second preference I put it as Kolkata, then what will happen? Although my rank is 151 and through this rank I know that I am eligible for Nalsar Hyderabad also, which is one rank above WB-NUJS Kolkata, but still I will be allotted the seat in Kolkata first, because in my preference list I have given Kolkata as my priority over Hyderabad, right? So please ensure that you actually put the order of preference as per your willingness to go to that NLU. Now, having said that, let's come to the options to be exercised, that is freeze, float and exit. Now, what do you mean by this? Let's say that as per my rank, I got NLU Jodhpur and I know that I am completely satisfied and I want to go to NLU Jodhpur only. So, right in the first round of counselling, I will freeze my option, and after that I will give the confirmation fee and the remaining fee after the adjustment of the counselling registration fee and the confirmation fee I will pay to the NLU by the date given, right? But let's say that I am not satisfied with the NLU I am given with, and I feel that there are chances that I can be upgraded in the subsequent rounds. So I will choose the option of float option. So freeze option is that the moment you exercise the freeze option, you are out of the counselling process and you have been allocated a seat as per the preference list. But float option is exercised when you feel that there are chances that I can upgrade myself or I can be upgraded in the subsequent rounds. So I'll wait for the second round, third round, fourth round. So you can exercise the float option till the fourth round, right? And the moment you feel that, okay, now I have been allotted a seat in the desired NLU, then you can freeze your option, right? So that is float option, wherein you keep your chances. Again, I repeat, you cannot, once the float option has been exercised, and let's say that in the second round you are given a NLU which is one above the NLU you were allotted with in the previous round. Now, even if you want to come back, it is not possible. The moment you are upgraded, you cannot go down, right? So please exercise the float option very carefully. Obviously, in your preference list, you would have been put the NLUs in the desired preference only. So if you are upgraded, obviously it is in your benefit only. It is in your favor only. And the exit option, if at all you feel that you would like to exit from the counselling process, you can exercise this option at any of the rounds. And if you exit the process, then your registration fee will be refunded and you will be out of the counselling process. Once you exercise the exit option, you cannot participate back in the counselling process. Please ensure that you actually exercise the exit option when you are 100% sure that you want to move out of the counselling process. So there will be 5 rounds, the first 3 rounds, and then the 4th and 5th round will be in the month of May. The first 3 rounds will probably close by January or Feb. That will be given in the as per the dates. So candidate who selects the freeze option has to pay the confirmation fee, which is non-refundable, right, in the first or second or third or fourth, and will not be considered in the subsequent rounds. So the moment you freeze the option, you will be out of the counselling process because you have been allocated the desired NLU. Now, coming to the next one. The one who selects the freeze option in the first, second, third or fourth round, they must pay the remaining university fee. The counselling round of counselling, they have to pay the remaining university fee, and the university fee will be paid after the adjustment of the registration counselling fee and the confirmation fee you have already paid, and that has to be done by April 24, 2026 in that particular NLU website, right? In order to freeze their seat in the 4th or 5th round of the admission counselling process, the candidate must pay the confirmation fee within the stipulated time in the admission counselling process, and it has been mentioned in the para 7. Now, A candidate who selects the freeze option in the 4th and 5th round, final round, the university fee has to be paid by May 30, 2026. So basically, if you exercise the freeze option in the first 3 rounds, the last date to pay the university fee is April 24, while if you exercise the freeze option in the 4th or 5th round, that is the 2 final rounds, you need to pay the university fee finally by May 30, 2026. Float option can be exercised till the 4 rounds, but one thing is for sure, the moment you exercise the float option and you give the confirmation fee is basically a kind of confirmation wherein you say that you are participating in the counseling process and you are further interested for subsequent upgradation in the subsequent rounds, right? But then the moment you pay the confirmation fee, please be informed that your confirmation fee is non-refundable. Right, your confirmation fee is non-refundable, your registration counselling fee is refundable. Okay. So now, how the float option is exercised, this I have already explained you. So that is not required, this we have already discussed. Until unless you are sure that you have been allotted a seat in your desired NLU, you can keep on floating till the 4 rounds. Let's say that in the first round I was allotted a seat in Gandhinagar, but then I have chances that I can be allocated a seat on the basis of movement in the subsequent rounds, maybe in Jodhpur in the next round, or Bhopal in the next round. If you have put Bhopal, let's say, above Gandhinagar in your preference list, and I want to go to Bhopal, let's say, or I want to go to Jodhpur. So in the next round, let's say after exercising the float option, I was not allotted the seat in Bhopal. I'll wait, again I'll float for the 3rd round, then again I'll float in the 4th round, and 4th round if I get a seat in Bhopal, I'll freeze. I'll just exercise the freeze option and therefore I'll make my seat confirmed in NLU Bhopal, NLIU Bhopal. Now, next is, if a candidate who has completed the registration process and has been allotted a seat does not exercise any of the options listed above within the specified time, that means neither you have exercised your freeze option, nor the float option, and nor the exit option, that means you will be considered as a not interested candidate in the counselling process, and therefore you will be removed from the counselling process. And once removed, you cannot basically come back to the counselling process, and for the subsequent rounds you are out of the counselling process. So there will be 5 rounds of admissions counselling, right? And the 4th and 5th round of admission shall be conducted in the month of May, it is given, right? And basically this is majorly dependent on the kind of vacancies which are left. I mean the vacant seats which have not been fulfilled in the first 3 rounds, then the 4th and 5th round is basically for those seats which remained vacant during the counselling process. These vacant seats are different from those vacant seats with the NLUs. The NLUs will be coming in the website on personal basis. So this is the part of the counselling process, because it is quite possible that by the end of the 3rd list of the counselling process, all the seats have not been filled yet. So 4th and 5th list has to be exercised in the month of May. And this is only for those candidates who have exercised their float option, right? Refund, I have already told you what will happen. The exit option has to be exercised before 1 p.m. on May 8, 2026. Before that, if you actually exercise this option, your registration counselling fee will be refunded. But if you actually exercise the exit option after 1 p.m. May 8, 2026, then they will deduct an amount of 5,000 and then the remaining fee will be refunded. If any candidate has exercised the freeze option, that means you have actually shown your interest to take a seat in that NLU, and then you decide that in any of the 5 rounds you, let's say, withdraw from the admission process, after May 30, an amount of rupees 5,000 will be deducted and also your confirmation fee will be forfeited. So there were 2 kind of fee you were paying when you exercised your freeze option. Number 1 was registration counselling process and second is your confirmation fee. 5,000 will be deducted from the registration counselling process, while the entire fee of the confirmation fee will be forfeited by the consortium. Then let's move ahead with the request to settle the refunds to another account will not be considered. The account you have mentioned, you have the bank account from which you have exercised, I mean paid the confirmation fee and the registration fee. You ensure that your bank account is active at least till that date, so that when the refund process is initiated, they will be refunded only, the amount will be refunded only in that bank account. Okay, so what are the documents which you need to be ready with when we talk about the CLAT UG program? So number one, your 10th mark sheet is very much required. It is a mandatory certificate, a mandatory, you can say, thing which is required. CLAT 2026 admit card, grade 12 statement of marks, that is your 12th percentage, your 12th mark sheet, your transfer certificate of the school, your character certificate, your conduct certificate from the school, then your caste certificate. If you belong to any category, you need to be ready with your caste certificate. If you have applied through PWD, you need to be ready with the PWD certificate. If you have applied in any of the NLUs through the domicile category, you need to be ready with the domicile certificate as well. And any other supporting documents to claim your seat for the category you have applied. For example, if you are a ward of a retired defense personnel or serving defense personnel, maybe EWS certificate, sons or daughters of ex-service servicemen or defense service personnel, in that case you need to present the certificate of those documents as well. So all the candidates who have selected the freeze option in the first, second, third, fourth or fifth round of counselling must pay the balance of university fee after the adjustment of counselling registration fee and the confirmation fee which you already paid before when you actually exercise the freeze option. You will adjust that fee and then you will pay the remaining university fee in that to the university. Okay? And the date will be given. It is also mentioned that the confirmation fee and the refund of the counselling registration fee after the deduction of 5,000 if you actually exercise the exit option, right? So these are some important dates and time you need to remember. Registration for admission started at 6 p.m. December 17 onwards. Publication of the first allotment list will be by January 7, 2026, 10 a.m. Payment of the confirmation fee or exercise the freeze float option and everything you have to do by 1 p.m. Jan 15. So you have 8 days with you to exercise the options. Publication of the second allotment list will be done on Jan 22. Then again you need to pay the confirmation fee if you find the desired NLU in the second round by 1 p.m. Jan 29. Then there will be the publication of the third allotment list on 5th of Feb by 10 a.m. So by 5th Feb, you will be, the third allotment list will be given to you, and after that, the 4th and 5th list will be released by May 2nd and May 15th is the final round of the allotment list. So the moment you come with the final list, let's say someone has been waiting for the last and final round of allotment, you need to pay the confirmation fee, exercise the, you need to pay the fee by May 21 p.m. at max, okay? Because after that, your confirmation fee will be forfeited if at all you exercise the freeze option or the, float option, and if you try to exit after 1 p.m., 5,000 of the confirmation counselling fee will be forfeited by them. So this is all about the counselling process from CLAT Prep. By any chance, if you feel that you have any kind of doubt still prevailing or you want to get any queries resolved, we are always available 24/7 for you. Get back to us and get your queries resolved. Thank you so much.